Okay, so we should do the same thing for all other periods, and then solve the example and then find the seasonal relatives using CMA method. So let me delete this and redo the calculations. For this one, we should type equal sign. We should use average function. We should type average, parentheses, and then we should select 7 data. And then enter. So the average for these 7 periods will be equal to 71.86. And in order to copy the formula to other cells, we should just drag it to the other cells. And here is the moving average for 7 periods for each of these days. Okay, now we need to just use this formula. Equal sign demand divided by the average demand, and type enter. And here you can see that the seasonal factor will be equal to 1.36. So in order to do this formula, do this calculation for other cells, we need to just copy the formula to other cells by dragging it to other cells. And here we have calculated the seasonal factor for all of these periods. Here, for example, you can see that for this Friday, the seasonal factor is 1.36. It means that in this Friday, demand is higher than usual, and this difference is 36%. Or for this Tuesday, seasonal factor is 0.89. It means that the usual the demand in this period is it drops by 11%. So, and then we can use these seasonal relatives for re-seasonalizing the final forecasts. Alright, now let's talk about another technique that we can use for forecasting. Associative models are models that rely on identification of related variables that can be used to predict values of the variable of interest. Here we consider that we may have different type of variables. For example, x and y. Y is the variable that is dependent to x, and its value is dependent to the variable of x. So if there is any relationship between these two, we can use x to predict the value of y. And we are going to find the relationship between these two variables. And by finding the equation that we find, we can make a forecast about these two variables in future. Alright, there are two types of models for these associative models: linear regression and multiple regression. Linear regression is the process of finding a straight line that shows the relationship between two variables like x and y, and it's linear, not non-linear. And multiple regression is a model that is trying to find a relationship between more than two variables. X, for example, the relationship between y and x1, x2, x3, and x4 it is a multiple regression model. The process that we need to follow for associative models is similar to what we learned in the classroom for a linear trend. And we can use Excel to find the relationship between these two. In the linear trend models, variable x was the number of periods, the period number, and y was the amount of demand in that period. But here we have x as one of the variables, which is a independent variable, and y is considered to be dependent variable, and it's dependent to variable x. So in order to find the relationship between these two variables, x and y, we need to and find the slope of the line and y-interception of the line, and then we can use the line equation to do the forecast. Okay, so to find the line equation, the most simple way and the fastest way is to just select these two columns, go to Insert tab. From this section, chart section, we need to select this one, and scatter plots will be shown to us. Then from this section, from this plus sign, we should check trend line, and here you can see that the trend line for this data set is shown to us. Now we should double click on the trend line, and here in this window that opens for us, we should check display equation. And here is the equation that we can use for forecasting the future data. Here you can see this solved example using Excel in this slide. Okay, the associative models are used to find the relationship between two different variables or more than two variables. In order to find the correlation between these two variables, to find out if there is any relationship between these two variables, or if there is any relationship between these two, how strong is that relationship? So to measure this correlation, we need to use some coefficients. One of these coefficients is correlation coefficients, which is shown by R. This coefficient ranges from -1 to +1. -1 shows that there is a strong negative relationship between the variables x and y, and 1 shows that there is a strong positive relationship between the variables x and y. And value, if the value of r is equal to 0, it means that there is no relationship between x and y. And the function in the Excel that we can use to find the correlation between x and y is this function, equals on correlation. Then we need to select the range of y variable and comma, and then select the range of x variables, and then type enter. It shows us the value of correlation coefficient. Another measure that we can use for measuring the correlation between two variables is R squared. This R squared measures proportion of variation in the values of y that is explained by the predictor variable or x variable in the regression model. It ranges from 0 to 1. 0 shows that the value of a variable y cannot be explained by the value of x. So if we use variable x, we cannot find the value of variable y using that. But if it is equal to 0 or close to it, if it is equal to 1 or close to 1, it means that the value of variable y can be well explained by the predictor variable, which is x here. And to find its value, we need to use this function in Excel, =, RSQ, and then select the range of y values and range of x values, and after typing enter, we can calculate the value of R squared.